in attendance, some recruits as well. Should be a great night of volleyball here inside the CVC. Just about ready for first serve, and it belongs to Elena Johnson. And underway here in Columbia. Off the hands of the block, and the kill for Jordan Daly, a redshirt freshman from Franklinton, North Carolina.
Good start in swing for Daly. Daly over on the right side in the service reception pattern, banging off the block for the first point of the ball game.
Here's the libero, Molly Tuzzo, sophomore from Woodlands, Texas. Serves Johnson. Right sides. Fires one in for South Carolina. We're tied at 1.
And that's a good sign for Riley Whiteside. Some nice elevation by her, going up and over the block of Kentucky for a power alley point.
Riley leads the team in kills, 278 coming into tonight. 4th in the SEC in kills per set. Delay with the response for Kentucky.
There, the tempo set to Delay, perfectly located by Emma Grome. Now, I mentioned the setter for South Carolina, but the setting of Grome, now a senior for Kentucky. She has been delivering fantastic offense throughout her career for the Wildcats.
Here's Eleanor Bevan, senior from Louisville, serves Johnson. Jordan tracks that down. Free ball opportunity for Kentucky. It's Delay off the hands of the block. Tyra Smith. Baltimore behind the setter with a tip. Jousted the net, and a whistle. And that's a violation that's going to go against Tyra Smith in the game. So Kentucky leads 2-1. Johnson again on serve receive. There's the connection between Jordan and her middle, Ruprecht.
Ruprecht with a quality cap set there. Ruprecht doesn't see a ton of sets as far as one of the go-to attackers, so only one blocker against her. Ellie Ruprecht makes no mistake.
Ruprecht is closing in on a blocking record here at South Carolina. Needs 5 to tie Michaela Robinson. Total blocks in the rally scoring era. We'll keep track of that. Ruprecht there on defense for South Carolina. Baltimore goes over with it. Grome pushes it out to Delay. Blocking good position, right sides. Dig from Thigpen, Delay once again. And the point to Kentucky.
So the focus for Delay has been tempo whenever possible. She can handle the higher ball, but that ball only maybe a ball or two above antenna height. So still trying to put pressure on the South Carolina block. Sure enough, good line shot by her.
Couple of kills early for Delay, and now an ace. Her 31st ace of the season, Paul.
And that is the unsung portion of Delay's game. That topspin serve is not one that we see very often anymore nationally, but she does it to perfection.
Again, the jumper off the tape. Ruprecht behind the center. Oh, the dig from Tuzzo. Delay from the back row. Harris flies up to save it. Yep. But a whistle on the point to Kentucky.
Riley Whiteside's in an effort to get around a defending passer for South Carolina, put one foot entirely over the side of the net. So give that point to Kentucky.
Try to continue the run behind the serving of Delay. This one is out of play, a service error. First of the match. And Riley Whitesides will go back to serve for South Carolina. She leads the Gamecocks in aces with 21.
Good run of serves by Delay to put up the 5-3 advantage.
Serving Tuzzo. Baltimore. It's wide.
Good slide, good approach, good everything on the Kentucky side, but just not enough snap from Baltimore. She got underneath it just a fraction. Love this choice, though. Clearly only one blocker available. She can get that down just a fraction more. She gets the point.
Hittles this season for Kentucky are young. Speaking of young, there's the freshman Thigpen getting the kill off the outside.
What a beautiful set from Emma Grome. Her body all the way over on the right side sideline. She gets a ball all the way out to Thigpen on tempo. The block still not available. And I continue to talk about tempo. What that really means is that set is at the antenna height or just a fraction above, making it much more difficult for the South Carolina block to get in position.
Wildcats lead by 2. Sarafa in the serve and picks up an ace. The redshirt freshman in her 15th match of the season picks up her 8th ace. Had one last Sunday against Ole Miss. Redshirted last season. Serve Johnson, Whitesides from the back row. Thigpen went line, missed.
Thigpen looking for that late swing on the rotation to get it down the line, but when you swing late, it's harder to be accurate. She sails it just long.
Kimmy Thompson, the junior from Simpsonville, is in a serve for South Carolina. 2 aces on the season. Serve the freshman Thigpen. Delay. Found an opening in the back row.
Beautiful swing by Delay, more of a D ball. So instead of taking that out of the middle back, she takes it out of the right back. No block in sight. Big, big swing from Delay already with 4 kills. We're only 8 points in for Kentucky.
And just such a weapon, Paul, from all over the floor.
Yikes. Hitting 667 here early on.
Continue to serve Johnson. Whitesides. A dig from Tuzzo. Grome sets up Thigpen. Kentucky leads 9-5.
It all starts with a save from Tuzzo. Tuzzo not only makes the save on the back row attack, passes perfectly, allowing for transition offense, and the finish from Kentucky.
A service error from Grome. It's a second for Kentucky. Gamecocks are within 3. As Tyra Smith checks back in. Sarah Jordan behind the service line. Transfer from Towson. Played in 56 matches over 2 seasons with the Tigers. Serve Delay. Tough angle for Daly. Here's Elena Johnson. Looking for the line, but it's out of play.
Yep, just clipped the antenna on that one. The official didn't even have to take a look at the line judge. That ball just out of the range. Oh, scratch that. No, that was just straight out of bounds. No antenna involved.
Thigpen's serve gets the friendly roll here inside the CVC.
Normally, the generous roll falls for the home team, but in this case, a good serve by number 20, Asia Thigpen.
3 aces already for Kentucky. 3 of their 11 points. Jordan takes that out of the net. Harris sends it over. That was Megan Wilson behind the setter. Wilson, the senior from Kingwood, Texas, who's second on the team with 153 kills coming into tonight.
And we haven't seen Wilson on a ton of swings today. In fact, that only her first one, sailing that one out of bounds.
She's coming off a good match against Ole Miss. She hit 444. Jordan Daly gets the kill for Kentucky.
Daly took the first swing of the ball game. She does so again here in the same rotation 6 times around. Nice success this time, going hard angle for the point.
Tuzzo picks up an ace. 4th ace already for Kentucky.
Service pressure has really prevented South Carolina from running their offense. The result, a 143 clip for South Carolina, and Kentucky spreading the love with service aces. 4 players to account for those 4 service aces in Delay, Thigpen, along with Sarafa and Tuzzo.
But out of the timeout, a service error. That's their third, so 4 aces to 3 errors. It's a solid ratio for Coach Skinner and company.
And they'll still take that ratio because even the ones that were not aces or misses have really caused problems for South Carolina's offense.
Harris targets Thigpen. Wilson tipped it into Whitesides. It's sent back. Delay. Another opportunity, and she's denied. Ruprecht and Tyra Smith in front of Brooklyn Delay.
And that's the wall that has to come into play. They have to be in position to continue to put pressure on the Kentucky attackers and make them think. This time they did. Tyra Smith, excellent positioning to allow Ellie Ruprecht to come and help out for all 4 hands for that stop.
Delay this time ricochets off of Smith and out of play. Another kill for Brooklyn Delay. She's up to 5.
The Delay is undeterred. Of course, that block for a point was her first attack error, but 5 kills hitting at a 444 clip. Absolutely lights out is Brooklyn Delay.
She had 17 kills last match against Ole Miss. Did that in 3 sets. They're ready for Whitesides.
And Baltimore, along with Grome getting in position. Grome has really improved her block throughout her 4 seasons. As you can see, not as tall as her other 2 front row teammates, but she has worked on her positioning, worked on her vertical a little bit there, sealing off the block.
Tyra Smith, one-on-one against Delay. She gets the kill.
South Carolina insisting they can do damage, just as they did there at first ball. Side out for the kill to Tyra Smith.
Tyra's been a hot hitter, hitting .287 with 47 kills over the last 5 matches. Doing well in SEC play. And an ace. Elizabeth McElveen picks up her 17th of the year.
South Carolina countering the Kentucky service ace pressure with an ace of their own, though that is South Carolina's first ace of this ball game.
DS McElveen has played in every match this season. Follows it up with a service error. That's the first on the Gamecocks.
Continuing to target the left back and Delay on service reception. This time that ball out of bounds. It'll be the Delay serve that South Carolina has to respond to.
1 ace already for Delay. This one in the middle of the net and got a piece of Baltimore.
Got it bounced off of Baltimore after getting the net. I think Baltimore will be all right. We'll have to see if she gets the set here in service reception.
Riley Whitesides coming off a double-double against Auburn. Baltimore. Cross court, she gets the kill in front of a diving McElveen.
So they do go back to Baltimore there. I like that quick transition play. This is a ball that Kentucky runs very well. The middle stuck on the right side, just run a little back quick. Only 1 blocker on the deceptive hands coming off of Grome.
3rd on the team in kills this season. The 6'3 Baltimore. Ruprecht behind the setter. Out of play.
Good. They're vying for their 20th in a row under Coach Skinner.
Overpass. And a joust is won by Sarah Jordan.
Good stop by Jordan over Jordan Daly on that one. And of course the rule in a joust is she who pushes last wins the joust. Jordan had her hands on it last. Of course, that ball then falls on the Kentucky side for the point.
Getting back to that schedule, Paul, some big injuries for Kentucky. Coach Skinner told us he wished he had the full roster to try to play a couple of those matches, not to make excuses. They're always going to schedule hard. It's difficult to do when you don't have your full roster.
Well, most certainly, but it does bode well for the future, and the future meaning this season. One of the things that Coach Skinner mentioned was that really he would like to have been at this point as far as the maturity of the team about a month ago, but because of those injuries they've had to really build their way through, but they're certainly finding their stride right now.
Production from both redshirt freshmen middles. It was a productive swing from Elena Johnson.
Such a key swing to take some of the pressure off of Riley Whitesides, particularly when Whitesides is in the back row. Get it out to Elena Johnson. Easily her best swing of the ball game so far.
And her first kill. Jordan. Short serve off the tape. Daly had to be alert. Thigpen. And Kentucky's first to 20 in set 1.
And Thigpen continues to shine. Coach Skinner a little bit more on Thigpen in our conversation with Coach Skinner. Thigpen was recruited as a defensive specialist, but Coach said, hey, if you earn your spot as an outside hitter, we're going to give it to you. Well, sure enough, here she is as a freshman coming in as a DS for Kentucky, now earning one of the 2 outside spots for the Wildcats.
She just picked up her second ace of the set.
Serve receive still having a hard time getting on track against the solid serve of Kentucky.
Targets Whitesides. Nadi with hands sets up Johnson. Wilson. Harris got an arm underneath it. Punched over by Elena Johnson. Opportunity for Kentucky. Tyra Smith. The dig from Gromes coming over. Nadi off the tape. Delay. And now they're going to call a touch and a point to Kentucky.
Yeah, touch on that last swing. Can't say enough about the Tuzzo dig against Elena Johnson earlier just to keep that rally going. Touch on the block there in the middle to ensure the Kentucky point.
Wildcats 3 away. Whitesides from the back row.
Key there in system. You had the decoy from Abiyanati. The block has to wait to ensure that they are not going to set her on the middle quick. The result, only one blocker against Whitesides in the back row. She gets the point.
Like Delay can hit from anywhere on the floor. Here is Delay. A dig from Elena Johnson. Whitesides tips it over the block. Again, it's Delay. Attack error. South Carolina trails 22-16.
Delay continues to mix up her swings there, trying to target the line. Sails just wide. South Carolina is going to need to put a run together here to stave off a first set win from Kentucky.
12 of the 28 swings for Kentucky belong to Delay. A service error. Second on the Gamecocks. That'll put Molly Tuzzo behind the line. One ace already in this match.
And that also brings up Baltimore in the front row for 3 rotations in the middle.
Whitesides fires.
Good adjustment by South Carolina. They had been getting touched on several attacks to the outside, so now set the ball off the net just a little bit more. That gives Whitesides a little room to work. She swings into the deep court to get the point.
Picks up her 3rd kill. Wilson. It's long. Back-to-back points for South Carolina. They're within 5.
I'd expect a timeout from Coach Skinner here if Abiyanati can run off at least a service point here just to break up the momentum of South Carolina.
Delay. Anati with a dig, but dig is out of play.
Yep, and that's the difficulty of having a middle blocker in the backcourt. Good serve by her, but she couldn't quite corral the ball. Heavy ball coming off of Delay. And I think when that ball hit the tape, it really altered the direction.
Great years with over 100 blocks. And 2 veterans in the middle, Paul, for South Carolina, and Anati and Ruprecht were both honored last week on senior night.
And they've done a fantastic job. I believe they're one of the top 4 tandems in the SEC. If you look at pure blocking here at South Carolina, they're a big reason why South Carolina is in the mix for an NCAA tournament bid.
That's a big difference in this match as well, because Kentucky's going with 2 redshirt freshmen in the middle. Meanwhile, South Carolina has a grad student and a senior. But they're impressive young players for Kentucky. There's Wilson. Harris sends it over. Great connection between Grome and one of those young middles, Jordan Daly.
So that snap from Jordan Daly prompted a net touch from Abi Anadi. So the result, give that point to Kentucky. Anadi was in decent position, but once her arm clipped the net, of course, all bets are off.
2 aces already for the freshman Asia Thigpen. This time it's a service error.
Service pressure was big in set number 1 for Kentucky. 4 service aces of their 5 on the day came in set number 1. Here in set number 2, South Carolina has to pass better to stay in on this and even the match at 1 set apiece.
Harris plays the tip. Whitesides off the hands of the block. Tuzzo's there. Delay. An opportunity here for South Carolina. Tip from Smith. Finds the floor.
Great play from Smith. The defense was in good position, but Smith shows attack, and then at the last second, up and over smartly out of the range of Tuzzo.
That's great deception from the sophomore at Stratford High School. Tyra Smith in Charleston area. Daly, this time behind the setter, gets the kill.
And again, the first ball side out continues to work for Kentucky. When they're on service reception, we have not seen many long rallies. Kentucky has answered quite successfully. They're siding out at a 72% level in this ball game.
Tuzzo, serve Johnson, Tyra Smith. Big swing, but it's out of play. Tyra had a career high 18 kills earlier this season at Georgia. Coming off an 8-kill performance in the last match against Auburn. She's one of the reasons why they've had recent success in SEC play. Another ace for Kentucky.
And there's Tuzzo again, putting pressure on. That her second service ace of the ball game. They continue to bring the ball in low and flat and very, very aggressive. South Carolina has had a hard time on service reception throughout this ball game.
And 2 aces already tonight. She had 2 aces in the last match against Ole Miss. Riley Whitesides, played by Thigpen. Sets low for delay, so she tips it over. Whitesides. Tuzzo's dig was handled by Grome. Rupert out of the middle. Thigpen chases that down. Unbelievable play from the freshman Thigpen. Smith, longest rally of the match so far. Delay is denied. Connection not quite there between Grome and her middle. A dig from Tuzzo. Back and forth we go. Whitesides, roll shot. Grome steps in to play it. Harris sets up Whitesides. Looking for the back corner, can't find it in a long rally. Goes to Kentucky.
And the reason this rally lasts so long, Asia Thigpen with a fantastic stabbing save here. We get a great look of that on replay. Most of the time that's going to be down, give the point to South Carolina. Instead, good things happen on long rallies. Kentucky getting the best of it on the attack error from Whitesides.
Yeah, what an athlete. Thigpen, you mentioned Paul earlier, could play multiple positions. She had that knee injury on September 15th against SMU, missed 6 matches, returned to play the back row. That was against Mizzou. Smith with the kill for South Carolina.
Good deception by Sarah Jordan. Jordan now taking a page out of the book of Emma Grome, holding those hands high, late, delivering behind her to Tyra Smith. Nice swing by Smith into the backcourt.
Third kill for Tyra Smith. Tied with Riley Whitesides for the team lead so far tonight. McElveen has the lone ace for South Carolina. Serves Thigpen. Baltimore, a big swing out of the middle. Whitesides off the block in the 4th kill of the night for Riley Whitesides.
And that's a choice that Whitesides is going to need to have for this game to go. High hands would be the best bet there, but the reason that she can even take a swing, she got hands on the block of the attack from Baltimore to keep the rally alive.
Tied at 5. This is Wilson. Johnson in position. Whitesides again off the block. Back-to-back kills for Riley Whitesides.
So Whitesides again using the block. Baltimore and Wilson are extremely long on that block. Megan Wilson standing at 6'4", and Baltimore at 6'3". Best bet for Riley Whitesides is to get those tools. 2 tool kills in a row for Whitesides and the advantage.
So she's up to 5 kills, double-digit kills in all but 2 matches this season, 12 straight coming into tonight. She's halfway there. Baltimore into the tape. No touch for South Carolina, the point to the Gamecocks.
And that's the right call. There was a bit of question out on the floor as to how that would go down, but the ball never did touch a South Carolina player. Therefore, give another point to South Carolina.
Gamecocks lead by 2. Now 1 after the service error.
Get a great look at this ball into the net. And no touch from Whitesides is the ruling. I think that's the correct call there. So give the point, again, to the Gamecocks. Since then, a side out for Kentucky.
Bevan serves Whitesides and picks up the ace.
And Bevan, fearless when it comes to targeting Whitesides. Whitesides, one of the top passers for the Gamecocks. Whitesides has been on the worst end of it several times in this ball game.
Oh, the free ball put down by DeLay.
I like the choice from DeLay. DeLay could have gone up and just played it for 3 hits on her side, I think, there, but instead she recognizes that the defense is not in position, so why not bang it down? Another great choice from DeLay.
8 kills for Brooklyn DeLay. Johnson from the back row, blocked by Baltimore. McElveen saved it, maybe not. The point to Kentucky. Well, Coach Mendoza is wondering why the whistle there, Paul.
Yeah, and I think just the debate is whether or not the ball was on the floor or not. Coach Mendoza is not going to take out the green card on this one. I think he acknowledges that that was going to be a tough one to review.
Whitesides with a tip. Beautifully done by Riley Whitesides. Nothing a diving Bevan could do about it.
Bevan was charging, nearly got the pancake of her own, and she did get it up, but not in the range of another teammate to get the ball moving on her side.
What a luxury to have defenders like Tuzzo and Bevan for Coach Skinner. Fake pen from the back row. Harris was there. Free ball for Kentucky to use. Options for Grome. She goes to Baltimore.
And when you have to honor a back row attack from Thigpen along with the front row play, that leaves a middle blocker to really run their range. Baltimore makes no mistake on that back quick.
3rd kill for Brooke Baltimore. The jumper from DeLay, handled by Harris. Elena Johnson sent back. Another opportunity. Baltimore misses the line. The Gamecocks are back within 1.
Baltimore very competitive after that swing. She slaps her hands in dismay. She knows she had a chance to at least keep that ball in. Her timing a little bit off on that one. It sails long.
Kimmy Thompson with low, hard serve. Delay from the back row. Thompson with the dig, but it's coming over and put down by Baltimore.
And that's what that tough serve can do. Unfortunately, the overpass results in the finish from Kentucky. Really a disappointing result for South Carolina, trying to mount a set 2 match that has been much better than in set number one. Set number one, Kentucky really had it in hand most of the way. Here, South Carolina keeping it close.
Sarafa was ready for the dump attempt from Jordan, but an attack error from Thigpen. Substitutions for both teams. Tyra Smith back in. Baltimore exits for Kentucky. And Leesburg, Virginia, Sarah Jordan. Thigpen took something off it. Johnson saved it. Groom finds Daly, but Harris was there. Whitesides with the tip from the back row. Wildcats unable to corral that.
Kentucky just a little bit out of sorts here. A great diving save from Elena Johnson. Tyra Smith did keep them off their rhythm there, and eventually the ball trickles to the floor. Nobody was expecting off speed from Whitesides.
And the block is out of play. The point to Kentucky. They're in position on Thigpen.
Well, Kentucky playing maybe just a fraction flat out of the set number one. I think set number one maybe lulled them into a sense of comfort in some ways. South Carolina taking advantage of that. Kentucky only hitting at 130 in this set.
Anadi is blocked by Daly.
Daly in good position here on the gap set. Anadi's got to try to angle that if she wants to get around the quality block of Daly.
Hadi on serve receive. They go back to Tyra Smith. Gamecocks are asking for a touch, but they're not going to get it.
That's a missed opportunity. Tyra Smith had no block in sight into her gap swing. Unfortunately, she got that ball on the heel, so instead of hitting into the deep right back court, that ball sails long.
Emma Gromes had some big matches against South Carolina in her career. And picks up an ace.
The time, but that RPI at 14, they are continuing to improve, though. The more important part of it is how well are they playing. I would say Kentucky is playing at a better level now, even than they did a month ago.
They've been outstanding from behind the service line tonight with 8 aces. Point out of the immediate timeout, and Kentucky leads 16-11 with senior setter Emma Grome behind the line. 4,553 career assists coming to tonight. What a number.
Yep, she's been a big part of Kentucky's success, and she succeeded Madison Lilly, assistant coach now for Kentucky, who had a 4-year fantastic career for Kentucky, including earning that national well, now only in her second season for the Wildcats.
Loves that challenge to improve, and the flex from Grome after another ace.
Grome and company really running away with this one. South Carolina had a modest lead of 2 points at 8-6, but since then, Kentucky stepping on the gas.
9 aces now for the Wildcats. And Nadi on serve receive. Tyra Smith hits the line shot.
Good adjustment from Tyra Smith. She had sailed a couple balls wide, high angle, so this time she decides to go line. And that block was intentionally trying to take angle on that one, so she took what she was offered and she got it down the line for the point.
And Tuzzo a little frustrated she let that one go. Dig from Jordan. Here's Whitesides. Tuzzo with the dig that time. Placed right in front of Elena Johnson.
Love the rollie from Asia Thigpen. There was nobody available. Everybody kind of on their heels for the Gamecocks, and the result, open space for the roll shot into the short court in front of Elena Johnson.
Player who not only hits hard, but has a great understanding of how to score, especially against the block. So the roll shot there. Fearless player, according to Coach Skinner.
Another line swing in a row. Second one in a row from Tyra Smith going successfully. I like that. I know I said I like that adjustment a moment ago, but now targeting the line is Smith. 2 kills in a row by her down the line.
And you thought she'd have to be a difference maker, Paul, for the Gamecocks to have a chance tonight.
She really did. And now trying to mount a comeback down by 6. It's going to take more work from Tyra Smith to try to nab this second set.
She's got 4 kills. Whitesides has 7. That's 11 of the 14 for the Gamecocks. Wilson gets the kill for Kentucky. First kill of the night for Megan Wilson.
And Wilson has, I've been surprised that she hasn't been focused upon as a bigger part of the offense here today. Wilson has had nice success throughout the season, but her swings have been effective, even though she has not taken a ton of swings today.
Service error for Kentucky. That's their 7th to go along with 9 aces. Their lead is 6. Gamecocks will try to go on a run behind the serving of Elizabeth McElveen. She is their only ace so far tonight. Serves Thigpen, has a little trouble with it. Delay. And point to South Carolina.
And DeLay really had no other option. She had to go for the biggest part of the court. She does sail that one out of bounds. A little bit out of system was Kentucky on that point.
Now within 5. It's Wilson. Off of Harrison, out of play. Second kill for Megan Wilson.
Wilson shows high angle, then opens up her shoulders and drops her wrist and hand down on more of a line-ish swing, overwhelming Harris, the libero, on that one.
That's a tough matchup one-on-one for Riley Whitesides. Giving up some height to Wilson. Here's Riley. Baltimore. Had a running start and put it down.
Great set from Grome. Grome was pulled beyond the 10-foot line. She's still able to go with the back set. Nobody in the gym thought they were going to go to Baltimore on the slide, but then the location was perfect. Baltimore puts it down. Just a temporary break in the action, trying to clean up a little slick spot to prep for the serve of Eleanor Bevan.
It was the 5th kill of the night for Baltimore. Redshirted last year, had that preseason ankle injury. Only emerging this season for Kentucky. Ruprecht off the hands of DeLay. Brooklyn DeLay is denied.
And in coverage, Asia Thigpen almost made the save, but quality block on the side of South Carolina, trying to gain some momentum here to try to close out this set.
Sarah Jordan getting the block for the Gamecocks. Whiteside's high off of Bevan. And DeLay sent it over softly, but it's effective.
DeLay goes over in 2 with 2 hands, but now that's got to be super clean on the 3rd ball, and it was nice kill by her. As we get a look at the numbers, such an impact player for Kentucky. That points per set number, 3rd in the SEC. Of course, the kills per set, so important. She takes the high balls when in transition. She takes the in-system balls. She does everything for the Wildcats.
Whitesides does everything for South Carolina. And a point to Kentucky.
Sarah Jordan not too happy with that call. She says that the ball was on the plane, but at 24-16, I don't think they're going to challenge with set point here to come on the serve of DeLay.
A couple of Razorback squads on that list, one currently indoor track.
Absolutely a legendary track squad in that of the Razorbacks.
Underway in set 3, and it's DeLay. Nobody home along the attack line for South Carolina.
Good choice by DeLay. She has mixed a couple of tips in only after hitting heavy balls. That puts the defense on its heels. There, the tip is perfect for the first point of set 3.
And McGrome has 2 aces. Serves Johnson. Whiteside's over the block. Tuzzo sets up delay from the back row. Terrific dig from McElveen. Whiteside's is blocked. That was Daly and Wilson combining for Kentucky.
And I've been waiting for this adjustment with the rule change this year. More jump sets from the libero. As long as they leap from behind the 10-foot line, they're allowed to put a play on the ball. Great delivery by Tuzzo to generate the assist and the point for Kentucky.
Such riches at the position with Tuzzo and Bevan, who's a former SEC Libero of the Year. And Coach Skinner told us, Paul, when you have the two best serve receivers in the conference on the same team, it's a huge benefit. They're elite serve receivers, elite defenders, elite setters on second ball, elite servers.
Well,
it's their best position group.
He was very forthright about emphasizing that he does have the best position group in the defensive squad throughout the SEC, and he did not suggest the nation, but I would certainly put them up amongst the best of defensive crews in the nation for sure.
It's a luxury to have one great libero, even more special to have two. Wilson is blocked by Ellie Ruprecht.
Ruprecht in good position for that solo block. She had to drop her right hand down, otherwise she gets tooled. So she drops that right hand and seals to ensure that the ball does not go out of bounds, instead into the Kentucky side of play.
That's the fourth block of the night for Ellie Ruprecht. Keep an eye on that total. Thrown in by Daly for a point.
Yep, and I like that immediate call, the ball behind Daly. She grabs it and goes for the push. The choice to push was a good idea, but she held it just a little too long.
So we're tied at 3 in set 3. Here's Thigpen. The dig from Whitesides. Elena Johnson off the hands of the block. Delay. Tough angle from the back row. Now it's Whitesides with the tip. Thigpen. Pushed out to Johnson. Delay was there. Wilson with a tip. Whitesides close it out. No. It's back over. Ruprecht finishes the point behind the setter.
Great transition defense by South Carolina, eventually going to the slide. Only one blocker against Ellie Ruprecht. This time she gets it to go. Prior swings from her had been wide outside on the line. This time she adjusts, gets the job done on the back line for the point.
4-3 lead for South Carolina here in set 3. An opportunity for the Gamecocks. Options for Jordan. She'll go back to Ruprecht. Back kills for Ellie Ruprecht.
This is a great sign for South Carolina. Ruprecht has been working that ball behind the setter throughout this season. Hasn't had as much success as she's had tonight. Well, she couldn't have come at a better time. She is finding open swings on that slide attack.
And a service error. That's the fourth for the Gamecocks. Puts Asia Thigpen behind the line. Former #1 recruit in North Carolina by Prep Volleyball. Great get for Coach Skinner. Whitesides from the back row.
More great location on the attack from Whitesides. This time she splits the right back and right front going at the sideline. Emma Grome can only stab at it. The ball goes out of bounds.
8th kill of the night for Whitesides. A lot of control, Paul, hitting from the back row, Riley Whitesides.
Yeah. Such an improved swing. It's a very difficult ball because the timing is so different out of the back row than it is out of the front. Riley Whitesides hitting it to perfection throughout this season.
And last Sunday against Auburn, we saw her hit a beautiful cut shot from the back row. difficult to do.
Yeah, very dynamic, not just banging away. Got a quick look at Delay, who can also answer with the back row attack. This time on the serve of Tuzzo, trying for a first ball side out is South Carolina.
Jordan went over with it. Tuzzo sets up Delay. Elena Johnson off the tape. And the bounce in front of Tuzzo.
Great decoy from Abiyanati. Abiyanati sells the middle quick, resulting in a single block. Johnson was fortunate when that ball clipped the tape not to roll out, but it does fall in. Good point by Johnson and company.
Second kill for Elena Johnson. Big pen on serve receive, chased down by Grom. Opportunity for South Carolina, and Elena Johnson gets back-to-back kills.
And this time Johnson targeted on the shoot set. Great timing there. Good, fast work by the setter, Jordan, to locate that ball perfectly. Johnson does the rest.
Beat Megan Wilson one-on-one. Gamecocks lead by 3. Delay. Oh, she cut it inside the attack line, Paul.
What a wonderful swing by Delay. She elevates very, very high on this one and then drops that thumb on the hard cut. Her 13th kill of the ball game. 12th kill, pardon me.
It's almost impossible to defend. Abiyanati. Oh, it's kept alive by Kentucky. Tyra Smith. Her attempt is wide. Thought it was a short kill coming, Paul. Let's take another look. What a dig.
Bevan makes a great adjustment. Everybody in the gym thought that one was going to be down, and the point to Anati instead surviving the rally on a great dig from Bevan.
Back-to-back hitting errors for the Gamecocks. We're tied at 8.
Gamecocks with a 3-point advantage just moments ago, but errors have really erased that, tying it up at 8. Kentucky up 2-0.
And they pick up their 12th ace of the night. This time it's Bevan.
And the serve of Kentucky just continues to come. 11 service aces. We're only midway through set number 3.
Tyra Smith, she's blocked by Delay. Jordan sets up Johnson, tips it over the block. Baltimore behind the setter. Anati. First kill of the night for Abiyanati.
And that's the right time to go to Anati to deliver that middle quick. The set had been going to the outside, so once that block leans, now give it to Anati for the middle quick and kill.
Abi's 4th in the SEC in hitting percentage, .406 coming into tonight. Low for Thigpen, athletic play. And a hitting error for South Carolina.
Whiteside's going for the high hands. She couldn't quite get it. It was a good choice by her. But that high hands ball is such a difficult play to get to target the fingers. She goes just high.
It's the jumper from Delay. Heavy topspin into the net. Tied at 10 here in set 3. Kentucky leads the match 2-0. Looking for a sweep inside the CVC. Abiyanati back to serve. Tuzzo on serve receive. It's tight. The joust was won by Grom. How about the 5'9" Grom getting up, Paul?
Yep, and a mistake by Ellie Ruprecht. Ruprecht tried to send it over in 2. It would have been a free ball for Kentucky, but instead, when she tries to send it over, unsuccessful. Little chance for Carolina to run their offense.
Grom's been an AVCA All-American each of the last 3 seasons. You can see why. Great at running this offense. She sets up Daly.
Kentucky not hitting on all cylinders offensively in this stanza, hitting at a 118 clip, but holding South Carolina to 100 even. So kind of a sloppy third set by both squads, has Kentucky up by only 2.
Thigpen, powerful swing, splits Harris and Johnson.
And when your OH1 of delay rotates to the back row, you don't have an easy feat with the OH2 in Thigpen. Thigpen just explosively gets up and makes great choices. Thigpen now with 7 kills on the day.
Whitesides unloads off the block and picks up the kill.
And Whitesides has pretty much abandoned trying to go through the block. The block is generally in place against her, so she's trying high hands. Missed one a moment ago, but this time the high hand slam gets it done.
9th kill for Riley Whitesides. One away from her 13th straight match in double digits. They go on a run behind McElveen. Delay. And a hitting error. The Gamecocks trail by 1.
Delay had run that D-ball very, very nicely in set number 1 for a point. This time, though, that ball sails out of bounds.
Serves Bevan. Thigpen. Off the block. For the points of South Carolina.
So the close block from Ellie Ruprecht closes in, and on that block, it bounced off of Asia Thigpen while she was coming down for a landing, her 5th block of the ballgame.
We're tied at 13. Delay off the hands of Whitesides. Whitesides fires long. Well, that last block from Ellie Ruprecht.
The great Michaela Robinson, and I tell you what, again, I highlighted it earlier. Michaela Robinson was a joy to watch play on the floor for the Gamecocks, not only on the block, but on the offensive side of the ball as well.
Well, the point will go to Kentucky, but that was the record-setting block from Ellie Ruprecht.
So we'll have to wait for that record as the point is awarded to Kentucky. 14 even. The games have, sets 1 and 2, they were not this close, this late in either of the first 2 sets. So Emma Grome looking to open things up. It was a Grome service run in set number 2 that really put the Gamecocks away in that set.
A service error.
A sigh of Carolina on the inside now looking out, but they'd love to notch a victory over number 14 Kentucky here to continue to boost that resume.
Well, Thigpen ties it up at 15.
A little bit more on boosting the resume. Some of it is just continuing to play tough teams that are high in the RPI. A loss to Kentucky won't hurt South Carolina too badly here because Kentucky is so highly ranked.
Roll shot from Whitesides. Plays perfectly.
That's making lemonade out of lemons there. The set was a little bit off, a little bit of miscommunication. So Riley Whitesides pumps the brakes, goes with a roll shot into the donut. Quality point and choice by Whitesides.
We'll talk about the quality opportunities, Paul. More on the schedule upcoming. Florida, A&M, Missouri, who's having a great season. All on the schedule remaining for South Carolina. Johnson, the dig from Tuzzo. Delay.
And that save from Tuzzo, she takes it point blank with the heaviest swing from Johnson. She was kind of handcuffed a little bit, but Tuzzo does good to keep it on her side at about 10 feet off the net, still allowing for offense from Kentucky.
13th kill of the night for Delay. Jumper from Tuzzo. Pushed out to Johnson off the tape. Tuzzo keeps it alive. Sent over by Kennedy Washington, but the point to South Carolina.
And the coaching staff of South Carolina was out of their seats asking for the carry on the third ball, but instead Sarah Jordan makes sure that no debate needs to be had. She gets the point down on the two-handed pushover in 2.
The serve Thigpen. Here's delay. Off of Whitesides, who was falling down.
DeLay continues to swing into the high angle. She had command over the line, but there the high angle overwhelming Whitesides. Whitesides in at about 24 feet. Just too shallow to handle the deep ball from DeLay.
Tyra Smith off of DeLay. Brooklyn with the left hand. And a Gamecock in the net. It's Tyra Smith.
And another great play by DeLay. We've called her name early and often. She was stuck on a solo block. She had to drop her right hand down. Otherwise, it would have been a kill for South Carolina. But she elevated, dropped that hand in to get the block and continue the rally.
Kentucky leads 18-17 here in set 3. They lead this match 2-0. Anati saved by Thigpen. Another opportunity for South Carolina. Smith off the hands of the block. Thigpen again in the back row. It's hit from Baltimore. Saved by Harris. Whitesides. Rome tracks that down. Free ball opportunity for the Gamecocks. And Anati puts it away.
Another great choice by Sarah Jordan. The back row attack from Whitesides was foiled, but that allowed for another free ball, this time into the middle. And Anati smartly moves around 2 blockers to get that job done, just splitting the block out of the range of Baltimore.
Johnson off the tape. It rolls out of play.
Got to serve aggressive if you are the Gamecocks. Elena Johnson just misses that one. Kentucky now up narrowly by 1.
Anati. Tuzzo kept it alive, but only for a moment. And we're tied at 19. Bianati back to serve. The service error. Kentucky first to 20 in set 3.
2 service errors in a row for South Carolina has thwarted the chance for service points. If South Carolina is going to notch this third set, they're going to have to get at least a service point or 2 off of Kentucky. Missed serves won't get it done.
It's back over. An opportunity for the Wildcats. Tyra Smith. Thigpen says no.
Great hang time from Asia. Thigpen. Thigpen was all alone, but the timing of Tyra Smith a little bit off. Smith was on her way down on that swing. Great
5-match road streak. They've won the first 3, trying to take the 4th tonight here in Columbia. Whitesides with the left hand sends it over. Low for delay. Harris saves it for the Gamecocks. Smith gets it over. Thigpen. Tyra Smith in position defensively.
Good save by Tyra Smith there to smartly snap the ball over. She had to put it in play. Only place she could go was over on the right side. I like the save from Sarafa, but